the analytical abilities of children. Moreover, it teaches children the value of planning and foresight, and helps instill discipline, self-confidence, perseverance, and sportsmanship. Children who study chess are also known to improve their academic performance. A child who makes great chess moves can make great life moves. Dubai Chess and Culture Club invite parents to enroll their children to the club's chess school and enjoy the wide-ranging benefits of chess as a tool for education and skill development. Under the guidance of a team of internationally certified instructors, students will learn the fundamentals of chess strategy, tactics, and other key concepts in a fun and highly engaging way. Dubai Chess Club also offers ladies-only training program for women to have a comfortable environment to train. Studies have shown that chess is a great way to strengthen memory, enhance creativity, develop problem-solving skills, and boost the analytical abilities of children. Moreover, it teaches children the value of planning and foresight, and helps instill discipline, self-confidence, perseverance, and sportsmanship. Children who study chess are also known to improve their academic performance. A child who makes great chess moves can make great life moves.
Hello, everyone. This is Coach Oliver once again. Welcome to today's stream. All right, today we'll be talking about the first undisputed world champion, Wilhelm Steinitz. Okay, this Friday, May 15 to 17, there will be a FIDE Online Steinitz Memorial. There will be it's a 10-player double round robin with a time control of 3 minutes plus 2 seconds increment. All right, since it's on Friday, now let's talk about Steinitz. Who is Steinitz? All right, Steinitz is known for his originality and imaginative ideas. And that's what I miss about chess nowadays. With this computer nowadays, the problem is that people are being dependent with Stockfish, Houdinis. Now we lose the creativity of the game. And that's not really good. So let's go back to the time where these great minds were playing real chess. Okay, the first game is a game between Steinitz and Paulsen. Paulsen is known for his variation in the Sicilian, the Paulsen variation. Okay, Steinitz was white here. It started with e4. We have knight to c3. All right, shout out to our friends, Farid, shout out to the students of Dubai Club and the others who are watching. Please free to comment. Any suggestions that we could do next time, you can also comment here. We are simulcast live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Follow us at Dubai Chess. All right, we have f4, so we are going into this King's Gambit. It was well known way back. Nowadays, not so much. Very rare nowadays to play the King's Gambit. Okay, see, so here Black played Queen h4. Now Steinitz played King e2. For Steinitz, the king and the other pieces are of equal importance. So each has a role to play. So he didn't care about it. d6, knight f3, and then takes on f4. He thinks that the king is safe on e2 with pawns in front of it. There's no control by black in the middle. So at the moment the king is safe. So black castled on the king's side. King e3. Wow. It would be nice to see moves like this at this time, yeah? But we rarely see this one. King on e3. It's very, very uncommon, but so far it's safe. Bishop e2. Okay, now white is now planning to go for rook f1, king f2, and king g1. That's an artificial casting because black still has a slow progress with his pieces. The knight is still on g8, bishop is still on f8. Okay, queen goes to a5. I'm not so sure about this one. Okay, a3 restricting, takes, and king takes f3. That's, wow, pretty good. King goes back to e3, tempo, and b4. King on e3, so that no check on h4, no extra move for black. He has this extra move b4. So Steinitz is a strategist. He is a thinker, right? He doesn't lose extra tempo with the check on h4. Now g5 comes, he has bishop g3. Okay, b5. Improving the position of his pawn first. He wants to attack the king on the other side of the board. Knight e7. Now rook f1. Clearing the way for the king to go again f2 and then g1. There's no direct threat on the king, so it's supposed to be safe. Now king goes back. And finally, the king is safe on g1. Wow, ideas like this is just so beautiful. It's so wonderful. And we seldom see it nowadays. We see like 20 moves, 30 moves of theories nowadays. Not the original ideas. But this is good chess. Okay, black played queen g7, a very bad place for the queen. Normally you put the queen on an active square. Black's problem, of course, this bishop on f8 and this rook on h8. The problem occurred because of white's control of the center with e4 and d4. That's why these pieces don't have a free room to operate. So it's important that the control of these central squares with the pawns. Okay, queen d2. Now threatening queen takes g5, so h6 was played. And now a4. Then b6, right? Not wasting time. Breaking the structure, the pawn structure in front of the king, the enemy king. Okay, black took. What I like here is that after b6, this beautiful sacrifice on f6. Then queen takes f6. Check, extra move is a forcing move. A check is a forcing move, forcing the opponent to react. So that's another extra tempo. After king b8, knight d5, another threat on the queen. First, king, now on the queen, so the queen has to move. Queen goes back to g7, only then a5. Wow, okay? So he had extra two moves in bishop g4 check, knight d5, and then a5. So f5 was played. Takes on b6. All right, question here, is this bishop free? This, of course, is not free because there's the simple b takes e7, fork of the king, and the rook. So after c takes b6, knight takes b6. Again, the question is this bishop free for the second time? The answer is no, because now white has this important move, queen c3, taking away this line, and the rook steps on a8 with a checkmate. The only way to stop the mate would be queen takes pawn on d4, but then again, this is just too much. If let's say bishop g7, you have bishop takes d6, and it's also mate, right? That is also mate. Okay, so after knight takes b6, the opponent played knight to e7. Okay, he wants to go for knight c6 to put a blockade on c5. Steinitz went for e takes f5, queen f7, f6. A nice distraction. Knight goes to c6, and now c4. The pieces now, and look at that bishop on f8. It hasn't moved yet. Knight goes to a7, queen a2. After knight b5, knight e5, and queen a8 is going to be a mate. And the rest is just, okay, it's easy. Okay, black is forced to take the knight. Okay, check, we have check, and then checkmate on c6. All right. A wonderful game. For Steinitz, chess is an art. It's a piece, it's a piece of art. He's always creating a master. This is his masterpiece. Look at the king. He doesn't really care as long as he has his defenders in front. He feels that it's safe. Central pawns, central knights, he should be all right. Okay, bishop takes f4. Again, if bishop takes f3, king will just go f3. It is safe. If you go for queen h5, I can go king f2 if I want, and take, and rook takes. Centralize. Two bishops. Black's problem, the bishop on f8. Okay? How I wish chess could be played like this nowadays, but unfortunately, it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare, but this is real chess. This is real chess, not memories, not memorization, but genuine ideas on the board. Creative ideas. People should be creative, right? Especially in this time, right? In these trying times. We need to be creative to survive. So one way of being creative is also helping us to survive in these times, in tough times. Look at the king survived on e3, by the way. And after surviving, white has found daylight, and not just daylight, but a brilliant one. Okay, so that was it. And the placement of the pieces, the coordination, the harmony, the symphony. That's the good thing about classical chess. Just like classical music, it's good to watch, it's fun to watch, and you never get bored. And it's fun, it's really fun. Okay, so after this, we go to the next important game by Steinitz here. His game against this von Bartleben. He was again white. Okay. He started with e4, opponent played e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c4, c3, knight f6. You want him to play theory, he plays theory, right? So takes on d4, bishop b4 check, knight on c3, d5, takes. So we have the Gyoku piano, sacrifice on c3. Oh, of course, you cannot take, for example, bishop takes, knight takes. It's not possible. There's queen e1, fork in the knight and the king. It's not possible. And also, if you capture with, let's say, knight takes on c3, takes on c3, takes. White could also play this move, right? If you take here, there is bishop takes f7 check. King f8, then white has bishop a3 check. After knight e7, white could play rook e1, take on e7, You can even play something like knight g5, bishop g6, right? But he has to worry about e7 first, and the king is not safe on f8. All right. So after castling, bishop e6 was played. Bishop on g5, attacking the queen. Bishop e7, takes on d5. Knight takes on d5. Takes on e7. Knight takes e7. Rook e1, f6. Okay, stopping knight e5. Black was very happy with his position now because white has this isolated queen pawn on d4. So a threat would be rook d8, d4, moves like c6 will come. So white played queen e2. Okay, queen d7 back. Rook a c1. And now c6. Of course, black cannot castle here yet. The queen takes e7. Black went c6. And now the beautiful line clearance. Okay, giving up the weakness. Okay, it's all yours. But I'll make sure that your pieces will not be coordinated. That's according to Steinitz. A very nice sacrifice on d5. Of course, black took the pawn. Now he has knight d4. King goes to f7, normal, moving out of the pin. Knight to e6. The activity of the knight. Now, knight takes g7 is coming. Rook c7 is also coming. So rook c8, nice queen g4 move, threatening mate on g7 and then f8. Black had to play g6. Knight g5, discovered attack on the queen. Steinitz played, the opponent played king e8. The wonderful sacrifice. Rook takes e7, double attack and pin. Queen cannot take this because there is rook takes e8, rook takes e8, queen takes e8. Here, just queen d8, simplification, right? Simplify. Yeah, shout out to Kimia. Yes, very tactical game. So rook takes e7. Opponent here played king f8 because he knew, okay, there's mate on f1. So there's tempo, but look at the beautiful move. Rook f7, wow. Okay, I will run away. The king ran away to g8. The rook followed. I will follow you. All right, follow you wherever you may go. Follow. Okay, the king, of course, cannot take the rook. There's queen takes d7 with a check. And then again, it's not possible to take the rook with the queen because there's always rook takes e8. And you have extra piece. Okay, so the king went to h8. I will follow you, right? Keep following. Again, white's problem is the back rank. So he needs to keep the check. King goes back to g8. Back to g7. Pretty nice. Yes. King moved back to h8, but instead of playing rook h7, Steinitz says queen h4. Now forcing black to take the rook. King takes the rook. We have queen h7. Only move, king f8. Queen h8. The spectator on c1 is just waiting for his turn, right? Hey, queen, when are you going to stop? I want to help. Okay, king goes to e7. Queen goes g7 with a check. All right. King d6 is not possible, of course. This queen takes f6. After king d6 is going to be made. So king e8 was played. Queen g8. Force move again. Queen f7. Wow. Queen f8. You think that he was just checking and checking and checking, but every check actually has a very dangerous mating threat, right? Check with improvement. All right, after queen e8, that was forced. Knight goes to f7. And the final move, queen d6. The rook did not even move on c1. They were just spectators of the game. a8 and c8. All right, they were just spectating the beautiful checks of the queen with the help of the knight and the rook earlier, by the way. Wow. Again, we look forward to seeing more of these gains nowadays. We hope, right? We hope that we see these ideas nowadays, not just for the top players, but also for the younger ones. This is how you should play chess, right? Not relying on stockfish ideas, Houdini, Leela, whatever. We are humans, right? We are humans. We have our own mind. We use it, yes. And Steinitz was using it beautifully. Okay, so we move on to the next game. Steinitz against Chigorin. Okay, Chigorin was Steinitz challenger in the World Championship. Chigorin lost twice to Steinitz in the World Championship match. Okay, so in this game number 3, Steinitz was again white. We have e4, knight f3. Okay, we have the Royal Lopez. d3, c3, okay, g6, and then bishop g7. Okay, a very solid line for black. It resembles a King's Indian setup for black against e4. Instead of castling, Steinitz played knight f1. Castles, just bishop a4. Knight to d7. Okay, we always keep the Spanish bishop. Okay, the Royal Lopez or the Spanish opening. Keep the Spanish bishop. That light square bishop is the Spanish bishop. So after knight d7, knight e3. Knight c5, bishop c2. After knight e6, we have h4. All right. Whenever you have a chance to play h4, play it. I remember one of Aronian's games against Nepomniachtchi in the Grunfeld. With this structure, with this V structure, you go for h4. That's how you break that structure, right? Use that rook. Steinitz doesn't mind. Okay, he has queenside casting to go to, so do not worry about h4. Knight e7, h5, break the kingside. Okay, it's normal reaction by Chigorin here. It's according to principle. When you are being attacked on the flank, you normally counter in the middle. Okay, that's a basic principle. So takes. All right, now it opens up this light square. The bishop would be nice to go there, right? So takes, you open up. Okay, takes. All right, the light square weakness comes into play. Queen goes to c6. Queen e2. Now threatening knight takes e5. Bishop to d7. But no, you don't capture that pawn over there. There's bishop takes and possibly rook e8. So it's not safe for the king in the middle. So bishop e3 first. Okay, slow down. Make sure your king is safe. All right, king is safe now. It's castled. The rooks are connected. H file is open. You can make use of that one. Follow the leader. Okay, after rook e8, queen f1, moving out of the x-ray on the e file. Okay, so a5, black wants to counter, but it's a bit slow. It's a bit slow. He wants to go a4, a3, but white now has, okay, the pawn break, threatening d5. Takes. The knight is blocking the light square, right? So I gotta go. Okay, let's open it up. Let's open it up. After bishop takes, rook takes, nice move. You cannot take on d4. right? You cannot take on d4. But black he took the challenge. Why not? And comes this rook takes h7, brilliant sacrifice. Wow. The geometry, right? The geometry of the pieces over there. The rook from here, going to d4, this queen going here. Well, after take, queen h1, making use of that file. King has to go g7, no other move. This bishop controls this light squares. Bishop h6. Of course, the king cannot go back to h7 because there's a mate on f8. Okay, you can play bishop h3, but mate. The only move for the king now is f6. The king has to go out of his cage. All right, when you go out of your cage, you got to be careful. There's COVID outside, right? There's COVID, so stay home. But the king cannot stay home. He cannot stay safe. It's not safe. It's outside. It's not in quarantine. My God, when you're not in quarantine, bad things happen. Queen takes d4. After king f5, the only move we have checkmate with the pawn. Nice one. Look at the coordination of the pieces. Perfect symphony. Wow, that's nice. Although you could also play queen f4, which is also a mate. There are two ways to mate, but it's nice to use that pawn. The pawn wants to join the party, right? So king outside, not safe. King got the virus, and the virus is mate. And that was it. Another beautiful game by Steinitz. Okay, we move on to game number 4. His game against Lasker. In 1894, he lost his world championship title to Emmanuel Lasker. Okay, Lasker is the second world champion. Okay, but here in this game, Steinitz won. Okay, it starts with d4. He plays e4, he plays d4. To d5, c4. Here we have the queen's gambit. It's declined. Bishop f4, e3, and I like this c5. It's a trend. Remember the Magnus Carlsen Invitational. Magnus employed this against Nakamura. And then Nakamura played c6, knight f3, knight d7, right? This was played in the Magnus Carlsen Invitational. In this game, black played knight e4. He doesn't want white to play bishop d3 and being able to control this light square. So he put the knight over there, but it becomes a target. This is double pawn. Queen c2, of course, attacking the pawn on e4, f5. All right. That c5 was helping that bishop to go c4. Attack on the king. Knight c6, threatening knight b4, restrict. Restricting the knight to jump on the b4 square, because if you allow that, knight has knight b4 and reposition himself on d5. And it will be very hard for white to create a plan. So a3, stopping the idea of knight b4, knight b5. Now bishop f6, trying to go knight and knight d5. So castle's queenside. Black went king h8 first, moving out of the pin. f3, breaking it. Again, it's not possible anymore to go for knight e7 because there's a pawn break. And if he takes, it's either you take with a knight, or you can take also with a pawn. Development. So black played queen e7, and I like this move, bishop g3, a prophylactic move. The main point is that white doesn't want to take on e4 because there's e5. It would be a nice pawn break for black. This is not so good to watch 3 points on one pawn. All right, structure is really bad, and this bishop takes e5. Queen takes e5 is coming. You have to make sure that the center is close. Yes, you do not allow that break. So bishop g3. Now this one is not possible anymore because white has d5, and you still have the control, and d6 is coming. Okay, so this was a nice retreat, but it wasn't just about the retreat. It's this one. He put the bishop, he provoked black to play f4 because he cannot capture this pawn. He cannot capture this pawn with this bishop. Again, black's freeing move. We call it a freeing move, giving a free line for that bishop to go f5. It's a nice freeing move. So he played queen takes e4. It was a provocation, provoking the opponent. Okay, come on, take my bishop. I will open my h5. I will activate my rook. Now it's attacking h7. You cannot play h6 here because I have bishop to d3. H7 is coming. So black went for g6. Okay, that's 2 pawns. 2 pawns for the piece. Actually 3. Taking g3, e4, and g6. Okay, value-wise, that's an equal number of points, with pawn being 1 point, and you get 3, and knight has 3 points. So that's roughly equal in terms of value. But relatively, white is, of course, better, with a strong attack on the king and with the centralized pawns. Okay, so bishop d7 was played. f4. Okay, knight is coming to town with knight f3. Rook f7. g4. Threatening g5. Rook to g7. Don't worry, take my pawn. Bishop to d3. Okay, not wasting time. Attacking h7. The rook has to go back. Knight f3. Okay, the knight is developed. Queen f7. g4. You cannot capture the pawn, of course, because h7 is weak. There's a bishop, queen, and rook. Now g5 is coming. So opponent play rook g8. g5. Bishop goes to d8. Rook h2. Now threatening rook h1. Wow, the Alekhine gun. 3 major pieces plus the bishop. We only have 1, 2, 3 defenders on the h7 pawn. The rook g6 was played. Will you capture? No. Put that pressure on h7. Maintain the pressure in h5. So rook dh1 is again coming. The reinforcement is coming. Okay, so rook goes back. Now rook h1. You cannot stop the threat on h7. The rook has to move away. Now check. Now check. All right, rook d7. Earlier, he sacrificed that bishop on g3, but after a few moves, gained back the piece with a 2-pawn investment, gaining on not just 2, but actually 3 pawns. Wow. So that was a pretty nice game by Steinitz against the second world champion, Emanuel Lasker. Okay, making use again of the important H file. And what I like here is this bishop g3 move. I like this bishop g3 retreat, a prophylactic move. At the same time, provoking the opponent to push that pawn. You knew that f4 was coming. You provoke him, but you have a deep plan which your opponent wasn't expecting, right? You were 2 moves ahead of your opponent. So that's thinking ahead. And that is pretty good. Thinking ahead of your opponent. Okay, then takes, mate on h7, and then continue your plan. When you have a plan, you gotta be consistent. f4, trumping that e5 square, Donald Trumping, right after rook g7, queen h6, now bishop to d3, knight, then g4, well, the use of the pieces without playing any useless move, right? Every move by Steinitz has a clear plan, right? He has a clear and logical plan every step of the way. There was no stopping. Okay, after that, of course, black resigned. There's just too much pawns, too much material. Bishop c4 is also coming. We have an isolated pawn on e6. And how do you deal with that? Yes, and the knight can also jump to h4 and knight g6. That's another tough one to deal. But bishop c4 and f5 is just too much. e6 is dead, and the game is also in the hands of white. All right. So with that, we go to the next one. Let's check how he plays with the black pieces. Okay, Steinitz with the black pieces. Okay, the opponent went for d4. Okay, so we have the queen's pawn. d5, c4. e6. Knight to c3. Knight f6. Bishop g5. Okay, we see these games very often nowadays. Bishop e7, knight f3, castles c5. Okay, now white also played c5. Steinitz in his game earlier played c5, but the difference is that the pawn is on e2. Now, Steinitz will take advantage of that pawn being on e2, not on e3. e3 is supposed to be played. That's a natural move. But white followed Steinitz in one of his games, playing that c5 move, but it's too rushed, it's too early. And now black has this pawn break on b6. White played b4, takes in c5. He takes with a d pawn, now a5. All right, a3. After a3, black played a very fantastic move, d4. Probably white missed this move. That's the point of not, okay, that's actually taking advantage of white not playing that e3 move, okay, that important central square, because you cannot take this pawn on d4. There's a takes b4 after this, take on the rook, and you lose that knight. All right. That's why it's important to control the central squares. And black had a chance and he never missed it. Okay. Once you're given a chance, go for it. Never look back. Okay, takes on f6. What I like here is not the recapture of the bishop on f6 with the bishop on e7, but recapturing it with a pawn. Okay. According to Fisher, the kingside weakness is nothing compared to the center, because the center is already winning for black. That's according to the legend, Bobby Fischer, who was annotating this game. Again, this pawn, you cannot capture. Okay, if you capture with the queen, I can go takes on b4. I can also take the queen. We have a pin on a1. So knight a4 was played. Now e5. Look at the pawns. The pawn chain. Okay. Now you are punished for not playing e3. That's your punishment. The control of the central squares. So b5 was played by boy white. Bishop goes to e6. Development. g3. Okay, he's trying to go for bishop g2 and then castle. c6, nice move. Takes, takes. Now the knight is developed. It's also protecting the d4 pawn. All right, bishop g2, rook to b8, control of the open pawn, moving out of the pin as well, and then the control. Queen c1, d3, good move. Now you cannot take this pawn, or else you can, white cannot castle if you take the pawn. The queen is guarding that square. So white played e3, now e4. A new pawn chain, a pawn chain on the light squares. Wow. And the pawn is 2 steps away from promoting. Castles. Rook to a8. This move, wow. This is a very deep move. Okay. Geniuses can find moves like this. A great mind like Steinitz can play moves that can find moves like this. It's a very nice rook e8 move. We call it in the Nimzovich book, in his My System, we call it the mysterious rook move. The mysterious rook move. Okay, it's not doing anything yet. Okay, at the moment, it's not doing anything yet. But look at what happens later. Look at what happens when white tries to open up or break the chain. Now we have the sacrifice with the knight. Takes. Now the 2 pawns. Whoops, the 2 pawns. Knight goes back to c3. Bishop. The rook is almost open now. And then d2. All right. Bishop goes to b3. d1. Takes. Knight c3. And now e2. All right. Look at the rook. Look at the rook now. Look at that file. So white played rook takes d1, and now queen takes c3. The fork is still there. That pawn is also, of course, with nice protection of the rook. At the same time, the king is safe and go f8 with some checks on g4 for whatever reason. So you can make use of that bishop on f6. And white had enough. He resigned. But then again, how to punish an opponent where the opponent does not control his center by not playing e3 early in the game. So when you play a game, when you play a game of chess, don't go for these moves, right? Overextending your pawns. It's important to control the central squares first, develop your piece, and then castle. Okay? Development is an important part, a big part of the game. It's a game of squares, the control of squares. That's why it's a perfect square. Okay. So game of squares, and Steinitz is so good in controlling certain squares and attacking weaknesses. And look at that. He punished that one on e2. This is his punishment. Okay, the punishment. And look at that. And but the deep move is his rook e8. This is nice. Not many people play this move. Yes. Obviously, you would go for like knight e5, centralizing the knight. This is what you see with the normal people who play the game. Yes, you play knight e5. But rook e8, wonderful move. It's a very quiet positional move. It's not doing anything at the moment, but what happens later, all right? It's preparing for later. Okay, in life, it's also helpful to have that mentality, all right? You save now, you try to save things that is important that you can use later in life, right? Especially now we're having a pandemic. So if you're ready because you saved something for that one, then you won't suffer, right? Because you are ready. So rook e8 is a preparatory move. And it's a very deep preparatory move. He knew that the opponent will try to break his pawn chain. And that one is just a big help. Look at that, e2 is coming. E2 is coming. And the rook, the help of the rook. So that was it. A very, very good game by Wilhelm Steinitz against Zukertort. Okay, so let's try to check another black game by Steinitz before we end our discussion for today. Okay, so another black pieces against Chigorin, the one where he beat twice in their World Championship encounter. Okay, so we have e4 this time. Earlier it was d4. Now let's look at how he plays against e4. He played e5. Knight f3, we have knight c6. Bishop c4, bishop c5. So we are going into an Italian game. Are we going Italian? But white went for the Evans Gambit. So giving up a pawn for development. c3, bishop a5. Another way could be bishop d6. This is also another way to play the game. If let's say d4, you can go for like knight f6, castles, castles. The thing about bishop d6, you can capture this one if knight takes e5, and then the knight has a threat on that bishop on c4 tempo. Then you can just normally play d6 and g6, rook e8, right? Okay, he went for bishop a5. Castles, d6, pawn play d4, take, knight f6. Opponent doesn't want to waste time. He didn't want to waste time and he played e5. He wanted to break the king, I mean the pawn, and then open up the e5 because the king's still on e8. And he takes e5. Bishop a3, preventing castle. But Steinitz was like, all right, I'm ready for that one, okay? Look at how he defends a position, a cramped position, okay? So that comes, the one that comes into play is this resourcefulness. It's trying to be resourceful. Okay, it's not always good times, right? We cannot always have good times. We have bad times. Sometimes, okay, sometimes our opponent has a good day and he finds all the good moves. So we gotta wait for our chances. So that's what black is doing here. He defends first, waiting for his chance. And when the time comes, he will go for the kill. Okay, so castles. Bishop takes c6, pawn. Of course, the king's not safe. You cannot capture with the queen, of course, bishop because the queen takes a5. Takes in c6. White doesn't want to waste his time. Play bishop c5. Okay, bishop b6. Queen a6. King goes to b8. Knight takes e5. Now threatening knight c3, and then some kind of knight takes c6 as well. So knight b7, because if knight c3, then I have knight takes c5. All right, threat on the queen on a6. Queen e2, nice move. Okay, of course you cannot play queen takes d4 here, because knight takes c6, 4. So queen d6, protecting c6, takes. Now we have the two bishops against the two knights, okay. How does this minor piece play a part? Knight a4, queen b5. Exchange of the queens. Takes. All right, white wins an exchange, but black now relies on his connected pawns. Again, according to Steinitz, every piece is of equal importance. So he feels like the pawn can do something. Okay, again, the relative value of the piece. The pawn in this case is strong and dangerous because of its connection in an open space. Okay, now pass pawn must be pushed. King goes to c6. Okay, the king goes to the rescue, reinforcement. Rook goes to a8. Of course, do not exchange the rook. Rook, nice move. Trying to get rid of the double pawn. b4 is coming. All right, I like this move. h5 first, stopping g4. And now b4. Takes. Okay, white wants to exchange the rook, but black is ready for that one. The pawns, right? The mighty pawns, the connected pass pawns. With the bishop on e6, protected by this one. Look at the coordination over there. And then king d5. King c4. Bishop goes to d5. King d4, nice. So that this pawn can be pushed. This is an umbrella, all right? Umbrella on the king. Shield, right? Bishop e6 back. The king also is going to e3 and f2 for that matter. So rook, now g6. Look at the connection of the pieces. Protected, protected, protected. This three. Oh, that's perfect coordination. Okay. Not one is undefended. Not one is undefended. So there's a close harmony, right? The symphony of the pieces. And now b3. All right, look at this one. This one is a check. It's a Nike check. All right, this game is sponsored by Nike. Right, look at that. There's a check. After rook b4, king e3. Wow. King d3, sorry. Look at that. c3 is coming. The mighty pawns. c3, how to stop? King b1. And now king e3. And here, white resigned because bishop's f5 is coming. And then b2. Right? So white is totally helpless with these two pawns. All right, for example, here, you would go king c1. Now I would go b2. If you play this one, now I would go bishop f5. You take, and then I promote. You take, takes, and the king can just go and take all these three pawns and win the game. So Wilhelm Steinitz, the first world champion, showed us real chess. And thanks to him, right? Thanks to him. That's why we're playing good chess also nowadays. It's because of our ancestors, okay? These people, these great minds who came before us, we have to be thankful. We have to be thankful for their contribution to the game. And we are inspired by the way they played. Okay, their strategic ways, their combinative ways, their resourcefulness, their creativity, and everything that comes with playing the game. Right? So again, guys, that's the last game that we will discuss. Okay? Again, thank you for watching. And don't forget the Steinitz Memorial, okay, will be on May 15 to 17. It's a 10-player double round robin. Magnus Carlsen is also playing. It's the #1 seed. The other players would be Grischuk, Spidler, Daniel Dubov. We have Horobov from Ukraine. We have Jeffrey Chong from the US, Le Quang Lem of Vietnam, David Gujarov of Spain, and I forgot the other two. So watch out for that one. It's another treat for us. It's 3 minutes plus 2 seconds increment. We'll probably go on to do a live stream on that important event. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the lesson for today. And again, stay home, stay safe, play chess.
Dubai Chess and Culture Club invite parents to enroll their children to the club's chess school and enjoy the wide-ranging benefits of chess as a tool for education and skill development. Under the guidance of a team of internationally certified instructors, students will learn the fundamentals of chess strategy, tactics, and other key concepts in a fun and highly engaging way. Dubai Chess Club also offers ladies-only training program for women to have a comfortable environment to train. Studies have shown that chess is a great way to strengthen memory, enhance creativity, develop problem-solving skills, and boost the analytical abilities of children. Moreover, it teaches children the value of planning and foresight, and helps instill discipline, self-confidence, perseverance, and sportsmanship. Children who study chess are also known to improve their academic performance. A child who makes great chess moves can make great life moves.